Welcome to part 5, Patriots, of walking on the Whipkey Ridge Trail. The Whipkey Ridge Warpath. So, you guys got me thinking, well, I got myself since I was talking to you guys about the Iroquois, I want to tell you a little history lesson. For some strange reason, historians with college degrees will not include Indian folklore. In other words, they won't accept the tales of what happened with the Indian culture as they went along, you know. So there's a tale about the Iroquois and the Algonquins, their journey eastward, and I can't remember the name of the trail they called it, but for a very long time the Iroquois and the Algonquin, the Lenape, people know the Lenape as the Delaware Indians. They made a journey across the United States, west to east, and it took them a very long time. And in their story it said it took them many, many moons. And so when they got to the Mississippi River, the Lenape are the ones that kept this story, and the Iroquois, it's not, I don't know if it's in their legend or not, but this is where I got the tale from. But anyways, they said that the Iroquois followed them here. So if you look all across the United States, the Algonquin language, the Lenape is known as the grandfathers, and that's why, because they were the first tribe. So as they went along the trail, parts of the Algonquin people decided they weren't going to go with the mass migration that went east, but the Iroquois followed. And luckily they did, because when they got to the Mississippi, they found a great warrior society of giants, they called them. They were much larger than the Iroquois and the Lenape, and they sent runners up to to cross the Mississippi and to ask them if they could pass through peacefully, and they wouldn't let them. So they had a great war, and the Iroquois and the Lenape and these people, I can't remember what they called them right now, but they ended up being the Cherokee. And you know how they say the Cherokee ancestors were these great big giants that they fought. Well, anyways, the war was so massive and so big and fought for so long that some of the battles they had to bury their warriors in mass graves. That's how fierce of a war this was. And so when they defeated the ancestors of the Cherokee, which I can't remember their names, forgive me for forgetting their name right now. So I've been so involved with our leader idiots that run this country, trying to figure out how to beat them in this crazy information. They got the media on their side, so it's really hard to wake the people up who aren't awake right now. So yeah, and so I'm not fresh on my native history as I usually am. But anyways, they split the spoils up and they continued on. So, and as you guys all know, well, a lot of people don't know, the Iroquois all settled up around the Great Lakes, and the Lenape moved east. But of course, they're like I said, they're scattered all throughout the United States, the Lenape, the Algonquin speaking people. So that's where you can trace them back to this great journey eastward, which the historians will not put into history books because it's not accepted. And I think that's crazy because, you know, it's there, and they've had this oral tradition for the history of their civilization. Why can't they include that in the history books of the first Americans on what happened here? Because it's a very key to the information that we get. So yeah, this is a great spot. I thought it would be cool to tell you that story on this part of this trail, since it's basically what America, like, you know, here in this spot here in Greene County, it went from the Native Americans to the founding fathers to the farmers, which our farmers were, you know, the founding fathers. So I found it interesting when they were trying to figure out how to solve what was going to happen to the German people after World War II. They were having a debate, and the one guy said, we can't, if we make it into a farmer society, farmers are just like our founding fathers were. So they made it more industry, I guess. So, but anyways, I'll see you in the last part of this. Thanks for joining me on the Warrior Trail, the war path for our soldiers. Once again, www.electronzio.com. Email chefrons@yahoo.com if you have any military units that you'd like me to give one of my flags to. Like I said, I got 12, 13, and 14, and now 15's at home waiting for this one to end in 100 miles. So see you in part 6.